Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. LLE football front and center. Here we go, gang. It's the Huddle, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Week 1 is here. Seems like it's still summer and it's hot and not even thinking about school yet. But LL League football has arrived. Week 1 at the starting gates. 29 games on the week 1 schedule. Oh my. 24 on Friday night, 5 afternoon games on Saturday. Coming up in a jam-packed week 1. We'll be all over the place. Hope you've been checking Lancaster Online for all the coverage. We've been all over it here, getting you ready for this season. I'm going to zip through these 29 games because that's a lot of games. So I'm going to give you like a quick nugget and a pick. For week 1, drum roll please. Are you ready? And they're off. E-Town at Cocalico. Eagles open defensive back-to-back District 3 5A championships. I have the Eagles circled, much different look, including a kid who's hurt. Get well soon, Dane. Bears looking to snap back after a 2-win season last year. I have the Eagles circled. I think they find a way here with a whole new look all over the field. Cocalico over E-Town. Twin Valley at Berks Catholic. Fun game here. A couple of Berks squads squaring off in Reading. Raiders are going to be really, really good. 2,000-yard backs back. A 4,000-yard passer back. A really good O-line back. Berks breaking in a new head coach. I have TV circled here. Raiders over Saints. Bus ride alert. Anvil Cleona at Biglerville. Canners. AC, rough one. Their quarterback got hurt this summer. Might see some Wildcat. Keller and Shea might take some snaps. I don't know what's coming out of the backfield here for the Dutchmen, but they have a lot of weapons, and I like them here on the road. Enjoy the bus ride. Dutchman over Canners. Hemfield at Dallastown. That's a 6A slobber knocker. Hemfield looking to bounce back after going 3-7 last year with a nice little nucleus back. A new quarterback, yes, for the Knights. But I think they take care of business here. I think Hemfield plays with a chip on its shoulder this year. Watch out for the Knights. Hemfield over Dallastown. Pequay Valley at Renaissance Academy Charter, which is in its 4th season of football. They're located in Phoenixville. This is a neutral site game. They're going to play at Glen Mills High School. I'm going Braves here. I called it. I thought Pequay Valley would get off to a 3-0 start. We'll see if they can make it 1-0, and I think they will against a program literally in its infancy. Just 4 years old. So I'll go Braves here. Pequay Valley over Renaissance. Big game here. Manheim Township at Cumberland Valley. Rematch of last year's District 3 semifinals. Township won that game. Township also beat CV in week 1. Mercy ruled them. New quarterback for Township. I know. Don't panic. They have a ton back all over the place, including Declan Clancy, who is a monster. Streaks. Pick up where they left off, I promise. Township over Cumberland Valley. Pig Iron Bowl in Birdsboro. Exeter at Daniel Boone. Really like Exeter. A lot of weapons back. Jaden Zandier, 1,300-yard rusher. Tons back on defense with 3 great linebackers coming back. Logan Wegman, a Navy recruit, comes back to anchor the line. Exeter is going to be really good. Eagles over Boone. Pleasant Valley at Governor Mifflin. A lot of storylines here. Weird week for Mifflin. Our colleague and friend Mike Drago, MikeDragoSports.com, reported that Mifflin coach Nick Morrissey was suspended for 2 games, so he will not be coaching the Mustangs on Friday night. Mick Vecchio, you remember Vic? Mick? He came back to help out as offensive coordinator, and he's going to be interim coach here for 2 weeks. We will get to the bottom of that whole story, but no Coach Morrissey for 2 weeks. This is a rematch of the Eastern Conference 5A championship last year. Mifflin led kind of cozily in that game. Pleasant Valley came back and beat them 28-19. So Mifflin needs some payback. They want some revenge, and they're going to play without their new head coach. Odd. I have the Mustangs circled. They have some nice kids back, some playmakers, the quarterback, and some kids up front. So I'll go Mifflin over Pleasant Valley. Lebanon at Palmyra. Cedars, 32-game losing streak. They are just itching to snap that. They haven't won a game since 2020. New coach, Tyler Pritchard, takes over. This will be his first game on the Cedars sideline. I have Palmyra circled. They've lost 7 in a row, but they're at home. Anxious to see what Lebanon has here with a bunch of new kids. Can't say for sure when they're going to snap this streak, but I'm going to go Palmyra here. Cougars over Cedars. Schuylkill Valley at Muhlenberg. That's a nice Berks County game. First time these two have met since 2003. Really like what Schuylkill Valley has coming back. Coach Bruce Harbach's team is loaded. 2,000-yard passer, 900-yard receiver, playmakers all over the place, and some kids up front. Muhlenberg kind of starting over. Rob Flowers, new coach, comes home to coach his alma mater. Really like the Panthers here. Schuylkill Valley over Muhlenberg. Abington at Conrad Weiser, the Galloping Ghosts coming to Robizonia. I have Weiser circled. Gengrich's back at quarterback. Riddle's back at wide receiver. 16 two-way starter kids coming back for Weiser, and they know they got to win some of these non-cons because Section 3 is going to be really good. Abington lost their last 8 games in a row last season, so they're struggling a bit. So I'll go Weiser at home. Scouts over Ghosts. Fleetwood at Kutztown, Hall of Fame trophy game between those backyard rivals. Kutztown's going to run, stick it in the power T. Ackley coming off a 1,000-yard season. Kutztown has some kids. They're going to do some things. But Fleetwood, I think, has a nice nucleus back. Keep an eye on Tristan McFarland, wideout flank kid who's might get some snaps and do some Wildcat quarterback stuff. I like Fleetwood here, and they're going to need wins early because Section 3 is going to be tough. Tigers over Cougars. Garden Spot at Notre Dame Green Pond. Garden Spot's played the weirdest non-league games here lately. Remember last year they went to Lock Haven to play Central Mountain. This year they're going to Easton to play Notre Dame Green Pond. Crusaders were a playoff team last year in District 11, but they lost a lot of kids to graduation. Garden Spot, all eyes on A.J. Hurst, new quarterback, taking over for Kai Harding. He's got weapons all over the place. Martin out of the backfield, Huber and Conrad on the flanks, and some good kids back up front and some defensive types. Really like Garden Spot here. Got to go on the road, got to go to Easton, but I'll go Sparty Nation over Notre Dame Green Pond. West Philly, Speed Boys, getting out of Philly, coming to Mannheim to take on the Barons. Different look for Mannheim Central, yes. Armold gone, Hahn gone, Enterline gone, Seipel gone, Kolk gone. Barons really lost some solid kids to graduation, but strong up front, several O-line kids back, a couple of really good hammer defensive kids back. It's going to look different for Central. They're not going to score 56 and put up 400 yards every week, but I like the nucleus, and it's the Barons. They always find a way. I'll go Central over West Philly. LS at Solanco. Milk Jug, enough said. Great backyard rivalry here. 15th edition of the trophy game. Love the Milk Jug. If you haven't seen it, it's this Lancaster County farm jug painted yellow and blue for the two schools. It's really cool. Always a great atmosphere when they get together. Friday it will be at Coreyville. I have LS circled, new quarterback, Caleb House. But they're tough up front. And LS kind of reloads at this point. Solanco has some kids back, yes, in the trenches, and they have Johnny Garcia, 1,300-yard fullback. He's good. This one might be close, but I'm leaning Pioneers. LS over Mules. Bus ride, Warwick at Avon Grove. Warwick will go to Chester County to take on the Red Devils. I have Warwick circled here. Homer pick, I don't know, but I think Warwick has a nice little nucleus back. Thomas Myers, I've heard a lot about him, the new quarterback. They have some ball hawkers back in the secondary and some kids who have caught passes and run the ball out of the backfield. So I'll go Warriors on the road in Chester County. Pack Snacks Fellas, Warwick over Avon Grove. Donegal at Middletown, little 283 corridor matchup. LL Section 4 against Mid-Penn. Second year back from Middletown after their program had a hazing incident and had a shutdown in 2022. They came back last year and went 1-9. Donegal has some kids back. They'll have a new quarterback, but they have some skill kids back who may be playing new positions but know their way around the line of scrimmage. So I have the Indians here circled. Donegal needs a quick start, and they have 3 non-league games that I think they can get, including this one. Indians over Blue Raiders. Penn Manor at Conestoga Valley in Whitmer. I will see you there. Great game. Penn Manor's got big expectations after 4 wins last year, and I know they had the rough start, but they really took off. They beat Hempfield and kind of finished fast. CV coming off a win over Exeter, second place in Section 2, won a district game for the first time since 2009 with a lot back. Jaden Johnson's back. Morgan's back, Corson's back, Sensenig's back. They have a lot of kids along the line. Tal Stoltzfus is back to anchor that group. Really like what the Bucks have. I think they'll have a little bit too much firepower here. Leaning CV. I think the Bucks are going to do some things. Buckskins over Comets, and I'll see you in Whitmer. Octorara at Hamburg. This is a new non-league game this year. Hawks have Tyler Shuey, 2,700-yard passer, 25 touchdowns with a lot back, 3 receivers, 3 running backs who have all played, caught passes, and run the ball. Hamburg's going to have to stop people later, but I think they have the offense here to get this one. Hawks over Braves. Camp Hill at Lancaster Catholic. This is a really good game. Camp Hill won District 3 2A last year and went to states. And they have the quarterback back, that Brandstetter, who's really good, 3,300-yard passer with 38 touchdown passes last year. He's tough. He can go up top. And Long and Doy are back, his 2 leading receivers from last year. So, Lancaster Catholic secondary, heads up. Lions will throw the ball, and Catholic dips to 2A this year. So potentially this could be a playoff preview in week 1. I have Camp Hill circled just on the experience level and those wideouts and that quarterback. Could be close, but I'll go Camp Hill. Lions over Crusaders. A couple more Friday night games here. Eastern York at Columbia. River rivalry. Battle of the Bridge. Bud Kyle, former Tide coach, brings his team across the river to take on a Columbia team that's going to struggle with numbers. Look out. Haven't seen the final roster, but it'll be south of 30 kids with a whole lot of new kids starting. Eastern York's coming off a 7-win season and a playoff trip with their top quarterback, top running back, and top receiver all back. Golden Knights over Tide. Pine Grove at Northern Lebanon. This is a great backyard rivalry game. I have the Vikings circled. I like the offense that they're bringing back. Erdman, Watson, the Ryan kids at wide out, and Meitzel at wide out. I think Northern Lebanon can do some things. Tricky Section 4 schedule coming. We'll see if they can make some hay in the non-league. I think they win here. Vikes over Cardinals. Phoenixville, the Phantoms out of District 1 at Reading. Phoenixville was a playoff team last year, and they bring back a 1,300-yard rusher who's pretty good. I think Reading will be better. I think Reading will make some noise and do some things, but I have Phoenixville circled. I like that running back kid. I don't know much else about Phoenixville, but I know they have a tough runner coming back. Red Knights hang tough, but I'll go Phantoms over Knights. Last Friday night game, Lower Dolphin at Cedar Crest. I'll take the Falcons. They're both the Falcons. I have Lower Dolphin circled. They have a lot back from last year's playoff team. Remember, they lost to Ephrata 14-13 and that 5A first rounder over at Ephrata. But they had the quarterback back and a running back, and their top linebacker, tackler kid coming back. Kind of a fresh start for Crest. New coach, Nick Lambros, with his first game here. I have LD circled. Falcons over Cedar Crest. Saturday, 5 afternoon games on Saturday. First up, Wilson at Cheltenham, and that's a neutral site game. They're going to play at Upper Marion. Cheltenham's stadium is getting new grass, and they haven't finished putting the sod down yet. So they're going to play that at Upper Marion in King of Prussia, so plan accordingly. Bulldog faithful. Wilson, kind of new look, new quarterback. Gruber and Young both took snaps in the scrimmage against Coatesville. We'll see which one of those kids gets the ball here behind center. I have the Bulldogs circled. They were 0-2 last year. I don't think they're going to be 0-2 again this year. I think they come out spitting a little fire, and they win on the road. I will go Bulldogs over Panthers. Cheltenham. Okay. Next up, Elko at West York. Jake Williams, goodbye, 2,400 yards and 30 touchdowns last year. He will be missed, but a really nice nucleus at Elko, coming back from a team that won a playoff game last year. They've beat West York the last 2 years and scored 40-plus both times. Bulldogs have an 11-game losing streak. I'll go Elko here. Raiders go on the road and beat West York. Ephrata at Red Lion. Mounts coming off their unbelievable season last year. 12 wins, section title, district championship. Lost a bunch of kids, but bring back a lot of kids. I think they kind of pick up where they left off. Great vibes at Ephrata. And they get Manheim Central next week. Oh, my. I'll take the Mounts here. I think Ephrata goes on the road and wins at Red Lion. Two more. McCaskey at John Bartram in Philadelphia, and I will see you Saturday in Philly. I'm going to make that trip. Red Tornado, feeling pretty good. 5 offensive linemen back. Jalen Cintron back at quarterback. DeAndre Jones back at wide receiver and return game and D-back. McCaskey's got some pieces, and they won at Bartram 2 years ago. I was there for that. I'm going to make the return trip. I think they get another dub. Fast start from McCaskey. Look out for the Tornado. McCaskey over Bartram. Last game, and I could spend a half an hour on this one. Oh, my. Southern Columbia at Wyomissing. Southern Columbia's won 7 state titles in a row, 14 overall. Their coach is Jim Roth. It's his 42nd season. He has 499 wins. So if the Tigers come to town and win, that'd be 500, which is pretty great. But Southern Columbia lost a ton. I think they only bring back 1 offensive starter and 2 defensive starters. That's it. But I'm pretty sure Southern Columbia reloads. If you check out the trophies in the case, we'll see if they're reloaded here for this one. YO, hey, they'll be tough. Of course, Eisenhower's back. Nedrowski's back. New quarterback, okay. Justice Hardy's back. He's a game changer. I have YO circled. They beat Southern Columbia a couple of years back up there when Southern Columbia was in the midst of one of their runs. Seems like they're always on a run. So YO's beaten them before, and I think they can beat them again here. Unbelievable game. If you can get to YO on Saturday afternoon at 1:30, go. This is a classic. But I'll go YO over Southern Columbia. Week 1 winners, Cocalico, Twin Valley, Anvil Cleona, Hempfield, Pequay Valley, Manheim Township, Exeter, Governor Mifflin, Palmyra, Schuylkill Valley, Weiser, Fleetwood, Garden Spot, Central, LS, Warwick, Donegal, CV, Hamburg, Camp Hill, Eastern York, Northern Lebanon, Phoenixville, Lower Dauphin, Wilson, Elko, Ephrata, McCaskey, YO. 29 games. I did not look at week 2 because I'm still up to my eyeballs in week 1. Oh, my. Okay, week 1 coverage Friday night. I'll see you at Penn Manor at CV. Saturday, I'll be at McCaskey at Bartram. Stay tuned throughout the weekend for all the coverage and the stats, and the helmet stickers will be back. Good stuff. We'll have week 1 wrapped over the weekend, and we'll get you set for week 2, which is Labor Day, and I think there's 4 or 5 games on Thursday next week. So here we go, football. Ready, gang? Okay, thanks for tuning in. It's the Huddle, brought to you by Auto House of Lancaster. This is Jeff Reinhart, LMP and Lancaster Online. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.